This podcast has been brought to you by SeekersGuidance, the global Islamic seminary. Help us spread the light of prophetic guidance to millions around the world by becoming a monthly supporter. Make a small donation at SeekersGuidance.org/donate. For as little as $10 a month, you can help people find life-changing guidance.
Okay.
So what is the ruling of borrowing a car from a friend who paid for it with riba?
What's the ruling of borrowing a car from someone who paid for it in an impermissible manner? It is permissible. It is permissible. Now, you should not be party to the sin. So someone's doing something sinful that you want to you want to benefit from someone. You can't tell somebody, can you get it and I'll use it? That would be haram. Right? So for example, you own a car and you have a friend who's Muslim but they don't follow religious teachings. So they say, so you can't tell your non-practicing friend, can you finance the car and I'll give you monthly payments? That's considered a type of hila, cheating, and you cannot, just as you cannot do the haram, you cannot ask another to do the haram on your behalf, as is obvious, right? But if someone, acquired something, right, through reprehensible means, not of your doing anyway, you can then deal with them on that basis, right? And there's some rulings related to some of the details of that. You can find them on Seekers Hub. Otherwise, life would be very difficult, right? So if people have, and one of the big challenges of our time is riba. And riba is one of those things that in all revealed religions has been interdicted. Well into, not more than 600 years ago, the church used to excommunicate people who engaged in riba. European cities did not permit usurers into the city. Why? Because it is very clear, not only in our tradition, but also in the biblical tradition. And you see other traditional society, other civilizations, the human experience is that usury. And usury is something that is a natural inclination of the human being. Some people have money and some people need money. How do those who need money get it? That those who have money would give it to them and profit and make money by giving money. And what it does, it exacerbates the economic imbalance in societies, right? So riba, usury, interest, and that includes bank interest unequivocally. What it causes is that there is a naturally ever increasing economic imbalance in societies, right? And we have many resources on riba on SeekersHub.org. You can check those out. And it is of fundamental harm. And as believers, we have to be committed to economic justice. And one of the biggest causes of structural, endemic, global economic injustice is the widespread nature of usury-based, interest-based financing. And it also destabilizes economies. It leads to people seeking to profiteer in extraordinary ways, etc. It is deeply damaging. And above all, for the believer, there is nothing after associating partners with Allah that Allah has prohibited as severely and intensely and unequivocally as the prohibition on riba. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks, after explaining it, فَهَلْ أَنْتُمْ? Right? Allah asks, so do you, هَلْ أَنْتُمْ تَنْتَهُونَ? Right? Do you not then desist? Right? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, الَّذِينَ يَأْكُلُونَ الرِّبَى those who consume riba, لا يقومون, they do not stand, إلا كالذي يتخبطه الشيطان من المس, except as one whom the shaitan drives crazy by their touch. Right? And this is very, very, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala warns that, once you know what the ruling of riba is, right, and you refuse, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, then have proclamation of war upon you from Allah and His Messenger. Right? That is very, why? Because of how gravely harmful this institution is to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's creation. So this is something that we should strive to distance ourselves from as thoroughly as we can in our own practice. Right? Wallahu alam.
Thank you for listening. This podcast was brought to you by Seekers Guidance, the Global Islamic Seminary. Visit SeekersGuidance.org to access reliable Islamic knowledge taught by qualified teachers. We offer a wide range of courses, podcasts, articles, and a world-class answer service. Support us in spreading free, reliable Islamic knowledge to millions around the world by becoming a monthly supporter. Visit SeekersGuidance.org/donate and make a small monthly commitment today. Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Whoever guides someone to goodness will have a similar reward." So don't forget to share this podcast and spread prophetic guidance.